The Aviation Blueprint is proudly powered by the Mbawa Aviation Media Foundation. And of course, just like we promised earlier, we shall be speaking to the names in Uganda's aviation industry in hope that you out there shall jump onto this particular ship and sail it in the right direction with, of course, the bigger picture of building Uganda's tourism industry. And like I said earlier, I am joined by the able Nicholas Kaliango, the General Manager of TUGATA. Mr. Kaliango's story exemplifies one of the white man's sayings that goes, opportunity dances with those on the dance floor. He began out as a volunteer only to find himself as one of the administrators of TUGATA. But now, Mr. Kaliango, let's move on to how you become General Manager of TUGATA.
Thank you so much, Olivia. My story is actually a long one, how I came into being a general manager, appointed a general manager to TUGATA. But I would share with you, I started in the lower ranks of the association as an assistant administrator, then a full administrator after my probation. And at the time, I single-handedly ran the secretariat of TUGATA. It was such a very challenging task, I can say. The secretariat of TUGATA was actually housed in one of the board members, the then treasurer of TUGATA, his office. Okay. So he had a section that was actually partitioned off for just TUGATA matters. So I came to him and asked, what am I supposed to do? I'm really stuck. So it's, oh, actually expected that from you. Wow. So I think you shall handle this. So now he took me through what I'm supposed to do. But of course, my first task was to build on a membership base. By then, they had very few members who were actually subscribing to the association. Okay. So I started as an administrator, then worked for about 4 years. Our membership base started growing, the financial base started growing. Then we got at a time when actually we needed more staff. The then board, they had their dream where they want to see the association, because this is an association of professionals, professional travel agents, working with the different organizations within and outside the country. So they thought that now it was time to now get somebody who can ably represent the association locally and also on the international forum. Because you see, as the board, they are there only to, they just come in, they also have their other businesses they run. So they come in when they have board meetings, they come in as and when there is really need for them to come in. So they recruited the CEO at the time, and I served under her for quite a shorter period of time. Then along the way, the board decided just to relieve her of her duties. Then it was in one of those annual general meetings, one of the members raised and was like, you guys, you are looking out there, you are going out there looking for a CEO. She was here. You have said she did not perform to expectations. Why are you looking out for someone else when you have Nicholas there? Okay. Just need to sit down and see what you need Nicholas to do, guide him, and stuff like that. So like, in fact, I saw the entire audience just clapping. Then I was like, hey, I'm falling in things. This is a task I was not ready to do at the time, because it's just, okay, but say, no, let's not just look out. Let's see what we can do. Let's empower our very own. along the way, it took some time. They thought about it. Then they subjected me to an interview about it. They asked me if I was ready to take it on.
This time around, you were ready to.
This time around, I was ready because I had got a good. I was knowledgeable about the industry, but of course, it came with other challenges.
Would love to know from you, what have been some of the key achievements that you have made as TUGATA regarding Uganda's travel industry?
Yes.
But also, if you could, chip in an element of aviation in there, would definitely be grateful. But also, like you mentioned, there's a couple of challenges you have been you've gone through.
Yes.
If you could also highlight some of those, so that at the very end of this discussion, we could at least, see how best we could achieve utmost success.
Yes, thank you, Olivia. The new role came with a lot of expectations from the board, and it came with, when I was still working as an administrator, of course, I was being often guided by the board. I would just all the time would call the secretary, the chairperson, what can I do? Like kind of reporting to them on a daily basis. Now with the new role, I was now given the task to now manage the secretariat.
As an organization, TUGATA has faced some challenges, of course. Maybe what I just need to inform you about is that the aviation industry is regulated both locally and internationally. So on an international basis, it's IATA that regulates travel world over, International Air Transport Association. So we find that most of the biggest challenge that this industry, especially now, I'll speak now to the general aviation industry, is the pandemics that do come. As I will speak now, refer to the COVID-19. It hit, I think the aviation industry was the worst hit sector by COVID-19, because we were not prepared for that. Nobody knew that it would happen. Nobody knew that it would have a very, very big impact.
And the fact that we registered the first guest at the airport.
At the airport. So aviation travel was closed. Airports were closed. Our members could not sell and operate because, as for your information of our viewers, the members of TUGATA, their actually role is to issue air tickets. Actually, that is their core business, is to issue air tickets on behalf of the airlines. So when airports closed, they were out of business completely, and we thought that this was just going to short-lived. Nobody knew that it would take that long, 1 year, 2 years down the road. It was really a very, very big disaster to our sector. Me personally, you would receive calls from your members asking you what next. You have no answers, and it pains you to see that you are in that position whereby your membership expects to receive
some positive answers from you.
Yes, but you have no answer. So that is the worst, I think, challenge that has hit us. But also from now the operations and side of view, this industry is faced with, especially our members, the operators in this industry are faced with funding. Our sector needs a lot of funding. When I say funding, I'm talking of recapitalization of their business, especially after COVID. Now, it so happened that, travel agents do finance the travels of their clients.
Sure.
And it becomes worse when you are working, doing business with government and also these other big corporates that take long to pay you. So you find agents going out to the different banks to acquire loans with very high interest rates to finance travels of their clients. And when it comes to now payments, most of the payments are delayed, 6 months, 1 year. And many times when you work for some organizations, you know, for us, this industry, the aviation industry, trades in dollars. Now we talk about the dollar language in this industry, and it so happens that when you are doing, say, business sometimes with government, they pay you in shillings. Now, many times when you give them the interest rate, they don't consider it, because for them as government, they go as per the exchange rate provided by the Bank of Uganda. So many times it does not adapt what you are supposed, actually, it does not bring out what you actually need in terms of revenue generation to your business, because they will pay you after 6 months, and they will pay you at the exchange rate that not what you use. No, they will pay you they will not pay you on the current exchange rate. They will pay you on the exchange rate that was prevailing at the time when you got the LPO, and yeah. So you know it changes. So now when a travel agent, you have a small credit period with IATA, because you are collecting money on behalf of the airlines. You are selling inventory, airline inventory, that, you know, airline float out the inventory, it's what you are selling, and you pay that you pay directly to IATA, don't pay the airline, because there's an arrangement whereby IATA now will pay the airline. So they will only give you a credit period of only 2 weeks, 14 days, or one week. So we have agents who are trading twice monthly, others are trading on weekly remittance. It's so challenging. So you get this business, you have to service it, and you're working on a small fraction of a commission. So an organization that has paid you after 6 months, and they pay you at the exchange rate that was prevailing at that time, you are actually working in losses. So that is a very big challenge. Now we also the sector is facing another big challenge. Our sector is not fully regulated. There is a lot of fraud in this sector, especially at the ticketing side. You've heard of cases whereby travelers get to the airports and they are informed that what they thought was an air ticket is just actually a booking, an itinerary. There is no ticket number. So when they try to reach out to this person, issue them a ticket, they're not picking up, their phones are off, and they are bounced. And now this does not just bring a bad image to, you know, this fraudster, or it actually brings a bad image to the entire sector. Branding, yes, as a country, branding the country as a destination that's associated with a lot of fraud, branding travel agents as fraudsters, they are thieves, and it is chasing away business, especially from the travel agent side.
Is there something as TUGATA that you have done to?
Yes, we have actually tried to engage our regulators, Uganda Tourism Board. They have, with so many cases that came up, they actually set up a unit basically to handle such cases. The police unit is called the Tourism Police, which has done a lot of good work, good job to actually cut down these fraudsters. But also as an association, we've done a lot of sensitization, because we came out to find out that many of these the fraudsters are targeting people who are not very well knowledgeable about the business of travel. So we have come out to the public to sensitize them what they are supposed to do when they are actually planning their travels. We have encouraged them to always use TUGATA accredited travel agents to issue their tickets. We've actually publicized. We always do a publication of our members in the media, in the print media, to inform members, that, I mean the traveling public, that these are accredited agents who are supposed to handle your travels. But also to give confidence to the travelers that when you actually out there, when you get a problem with this member, you come and report to the association. And actually we have achieved a lot. With this awareness, of course, it has helped, open up the minds of most travelers. They are now going directly to the agents. And we have also called our association to guide them if a particular agent was genuine. But we have also advised them that yes, you might use another one agent, but when you get an air ticket, confirm that the ticket number is indicated. Then you can as well also go out to call the airline that you are going to use to confirm to you that actually the ticket is in the system. So we've done that. But also, fraud is not only limited to these other unscrupulous agents who are, but we have also had a situation whereby even the traveling public have frauded the agents. They go out to them, take credit, and they run away with it. They never pay back. That has also happened. And we've been approached by our members. Yes, we've done something now to protect the traveling public. But now, we as your members, we have subscribed to you. How are you protecting us from now the agents, from the travelers who are running away with our money? They come take credit, they promise to pay you, they switch off their phones. The next time you hear they are actually ticketing with another person, you approach them, then they go out there. So it has been very tight to us, but also we have, as an association, we've come tried to find a solution to it, and we have introduced a platform whereby now it is no longer, doing business under the carpets and what. It's no longer that secretive. We don't have. We encourage our members now to open up and inform, give some information about those bad clients who are running away with their
so that another company does not fall
victim. We have encouraged, it was not easy at the beginning, but we have encouraged our members to always do that background check. If you know the certain client has been issuing ticketing through your certain agent, and now they are coming to you, reach out to that agent, because this industry, there is a lot of networking. Reach out to them and say, I'm having your client here. Are they in good books with you?
Mr. Kenan, we definitely have a sector that is growing.
Yes.
What opportunities are out there, those that we have not tapped into?
Yeah. There is a lot that has not yet been tapped into. So when we speak about aviation sector, there is a lot of potential, especially in domestic travel. It is one area that has not been given a lot of emphasis, attention, and as an association, we've come out there, especially now, we are lobbying, pushing Uganda Airlines to start domestic flights. All other countries, talk about our neighbors here, Kenya, Tanzania, they are doing so well with domestic flights. And for a destination to grow, you must have domestic flights. To be able to reach, take clients to, traverse the entire country. Why do you subject a client who's, of course, an advanced age to 8-9 hours drive from Kampala to Bwindi, a whole day drive, yet they can afford to fly to Chihihi? So we have encouraged our players. We have also talked to most a few domestic aviation carriers we have to also, of course, bring down the rates, and also the appetite for domestic travel is there. Let me tell you one thing. Some time back, CAA was celebrating 50 years. So they carried out a campaign, Fly 50 at 50. So it was targeting, bringing awareness to Ugandans about domestic travel. So you pay 50,000 and you take a flight within the country.
Yes.
Guess what happened at the airport?
I actually do remember that campaign. That Entebbe was full.
They could not handle the masses, the people who came. They were shocked. They didn't have the capacity to handle the groups, the people that turned up for that. And a few who had the opportunity did take a flight. But it was an awareness. So now you could see, we have people here who have money to fly to very many destinations within this country. But it is one area that has not been given a lot of attention. As of now, as we speak, you can hardly get a seat on on the few carriers we have, domestic carriers. They are all fully booked. They are fully booked. So there is that appetite for domestic travel. So we have encouraged our national airline to also invest in domestic flights, so that it will help up to actually also promote these attractions. Because many times when you go out there, you are marketing, and the client will ask you, how long will it take you to, some of them do not even know that we have domestic flights. And when, domestic flights can actually keep you afloat in hard times. For example, when we had the COVID-19, the airport was closed, international travel was closed, but domestic travel was still open. Domestic tourism, domestic travel. Actually, we learned a big lesson from COVID, and we encouraged our members, because most of our members, almost 90%, were doing outbound travel. But now, after COVID, many of them have also started doing inbound travel.
In terms of the human resource, how do we stand?
Now, this industry is still challenged with the human resource. After COVID, a lot of human resource that was professional was married to other sectors. It was sad, and when the industry reopened, it went through a lot of challenges. Aviation is very, very technical. Somebody has to be skilled. You must have knowledge on how to book a ticket, because you are using systems which are live, connected to the airlines. You must be having that knowledge. So because we had closed for close to 2 years, many of the staff, professional staff, were actually married to other sectors. Others started their own other business, and they made it through. So when we reopened, they were not willing to come back. So actually when we started, as some of them were challenged with the working capital now, they were also challenged, the sector was challenged with the skilled staff. And we had now to come out as an association to now, with the support of our partners, the ticketing, the system providers, ticketing system providers like Travelport, like Amadeus, to now train the new recruits. It was not easy because it had to take time, but as we speak now, at least we are now getting there. We're not yet there in terms of human resource. When you look at what we had before COVID and post-COVID, we are not yet there. We are not at that level, but at least we are now good to go. At least the human resource has been trained, but we are still calling upon even support from government. We've of course received some support, but not that to the magnitude of what we need. And yeah, we have now some human resource that is actually doing a good job.
The conversation right here on the aviation blueprint gets juicier by the minute, by the hour. And it's of course very difficult for us to wrap up this particular discussion in just one segment. Let's go for a very short commercial break, and when we return, we shall be delving more into what TUGATA has to offer in Ugandan aviation travel sector. We are still hanging around with the general manager TUGATA, that is Mr. Kalyango Nicholas, and he's walking us through how TUGATA gets to contribute to the growth of Uganda's aviation sector. Remember, for the benefit of Uganda's tourism industry. Mr. Kalyango, I do understand that your members do benefit a lot from TUGATA, and would love to know what are some of those programs that you have lined up for someone or for an association or for a member that is subscribed to TUGATA.
Thank you so much, Olivia. As an association, of course, we've done a lot to support our members, but also the aviation industry in general. To start with, from our members' perspective, we've tried to make sure that they remain resilient in this industry. We have supported them. We've done a lot of lobbying and advocacy. We have lobbied for policies that favor the development of the aviation industry through our mother ministry, Ministry of Tourism, and also through other even ministries. Now, not only that, but also we look at the many challenges, especially the financial aspect. We've tried to reach out to development partners to come in and fund this industry, but it's not easy because I can say it's unfortunate that many out there look at this industry as a middle class sector, a sector of the middle class. So when you reach out to them to really seek for funding, they look at you and like, really, they can't believe it, because you are working with, you are dealing with people who are all the time in the skies, traveling here and there. So they consider you to be a high-end industry, but they don't know the challenges actually these agents go through. So when you sit down with them and take them through, they get to understand, but it's also not easy to actually get the fund. And we've tried several times, send out proposals. Sometimes we are not successful. But we also want to appreciate the government. It has come up with some funding for the sector, whereas it is not actually benefiting directly the travel sector, but to an extent, we indirectly, as the aviation industry, do benefit. But the other maybe concern that we normally have is that many times the funds that are floated to the sector do benefit majorly the bigger agents. And as an association, we don't only serve the big agents. We serve even the smaller ones who are just coming up, who have been in this industry for 1-2 years. And when you do a survey, you find that actually these smaller ones, they are the most ones in need of this funding. So what have we done as an association? Of course, we've tried all avenues, but we came up and with a project whereby we now have started we are in the formation stages of a circle, a TUGATA circle. So we are still doing we are still in the formation stages, but we believe we've brought it. We've done a lot of consultations about this with all circles that are in existence. We have brought on consultants, and we have also brought it to the attention of our membership, and they have actually embraced it. So what are we looking up to is that instead of going out there looking for funding which does not come through, you invest in a lot, writing proposals here and there, we can build our own buffer. Wow. With time, and we shall get there. So now that is what we are working on. But that is a long term now. But in short, for the short-term plans, we have engaged most financial institutions. For example, I will say that we have engaged some banks. We have engaged Post Bank. We've sat with them and we have taken them through our business for them to understand it. You know, Post Bank is owned by the government. Sure. So because many of our members are doing government business, so we've sat with Post Bank. We have taken them through how our business operates and how our members are dealing with government organizations to issue tickets and all that stuff, and they have understood it. So now they have tailored a program, a financial program for our membership in terms of back guarantees, because our members need guarantees, back guarantees, to be able to service the ticketing, to service the clients. So you need a bank guarantee for you to be able to get at accreditation. So they have come up with tailored these packages. It's not only limited on bank guarantees, but also other financial products like the overdraft facilities and the other products that the bank has to offer to the agents. So we've negotiated very minimum exchange interest rates for these guarantees. Our members have been struggling with maintaining the guarantees because of the interests that come tagged to these guarantees with other banks. But we've come up with Post Bank that has offered up to 1% per annum. So that has been our biggest achievement, and actually members are enjoying it and accessing the facility. And also other programs. We have also built up our collaborations both locally and internationally. For example, regionally, we are members of IESATA. Now, IESATA is Association of Eastern and Southern Travel Agents Associations. So it brings travel agents associations within the different countries, especially in our region. So we have Uganda, TUGATA, we have Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia, South Africa, so many of them, Ethiopians and others. So what our major goal there is now to come together, because our challenges are not different with the challenges the Kenyan operators are facing, the people in South Africa facing, and everywhere. They are all the same, because we are all in the aviation industry, and we are selling the same content on that the airlines actually are providing or to the agents through their inventory. It's the same inventory we are selling. Now, we find that we have the same challenges, the guarantees and everything. And our region, Uganda, I can tell you, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, under the international regulations or under IATA settings, we are actually one region, one market, I can say. We call it the local financial criteria, the LFC. So we are under one LFC. So we have engagements, quarterly engagements, whereby we interface with IATA, airlines as a block, travel agents representative, which is now TUGATA from Uganda, airlines and IATA, to push for what we feel is supposed to be done in the industry. And I can tell you, it's not an easy one. It is like a parliament where you have the opposition and so we are there to fight now for the interests of travel agents. And many times we are successful, but it's not easy to get that. But now we come to, because this is now a high profile engagement where we have top management, airlines, IATA and the agents. So we push for the interests of these agents. But also under IASATA, now IASATA is basically for associations. Now we bring ideas so that we harmonize our ideas and now push to IATA. So under IATA, this region, we call it, it's a APJC. So we speak one voice when we front IATA. And I can tell you IATA does not like that. Because
you speak in one voice.
In one voice.
Okay.
Because it will become a problem to them. But all this is to benefit the entire aviation industry.
There's lots of innovation that have taken place. I see different airlines coming up with different products to benefit their clients. One of these days, sitting in economy is kind of next to, like sitting in business class. There's lots of innovation to attract people, into the aviation space and sector and investment as well, where it actually begs the question, in our space, in our country as Uganda, are there any that TUGATA is pushing for? Are there any that you are seeing Uganda as a country, taking on, and what will it in turn benefit us?
Yes, I can say after COVID, a lot changed in the aviation industry.
Sure.
The trends really changed, and I can say even the human resource that was retained needed to go for upskilling programs to be able to adapt on the new emerging trends within the industry. Ticketing now, it's no longer, you don't need to go to a travel agent. There are lots of platforms that have come up, and many times they ask you a question: what is the future of a travel agent with these new trends? Sure. I can go on my phone and issue myself a ticket to any destination. So, of course, many would say it is actually pushing away the travel agent because they are not seeing now what value is the agent bringing on. But what we have to inform the traveling public, the travel agent is not only there to issue a ticket. We actually no longer call ourselves travel agents. We are travel advisors. We advise you and plan for your trip, for your travel. It is no longer those days of just issuing. Tell me, I want to go to this destination. Oh, when did you want to go? This date, I issue a ticket. No. Now we come down to adapt with the new trends, because now we know there are so many platforms there. So what value are you to this traveler? So you are supposed to advise now this traveler. Many have gone to these platforms and they have been disappointed. They have issued themselves tickets and they have taken them to other destinations that they would not wish to go because they didn't go through the details. Somebody is going to say next door, say Tanzania and Kenya, but you get to issue yourself a ticket that will take you via, say, Addis, via wherever, which you did not see you as a traveler when you are doing your actually booking your own ticket. So there are so many things that involve that a travel agent is doing, but also technology has changed. Of course, we have AI there. So many things are changing and you have to adapt to, because you can't chase away technology. You have just to adapt to the technology. I'll take you through many so many dynamics now that have changed. We have NDC, which is new distribution capability, that is affecting, that is going to, okay, agents feel that it's going to affect them, but we have these aggregators, the travel ports and all that now, because now airlines no longer want to go through these other aggregators to, the travel port, the system providers to, issue the tickets, for agents to issue the tickets. They now want to manage they want the agent to go through their platforms, which is also an encumbrance to the agent. You cannot want to issue a ticket, say, to a particular destination, then you go airline A, you go to the port of, say, Emirates, you go to a port of Uganda Airlines, no. Yet we have this aggregator who has brought everything on one platform, and you are able to issue it. So those trends, we are adapting to them, but also there is a lot of cross-border trading. You're comparing fares in the different destinations, but all that, those are the new trends. But also the tastes of the clients have changed post-COVID. Now clients are looking out for those destinations that actually are sustainable, or that are regarded to be destinations that are practicing sustainable practices.
Yes.
For now, it is taking off, and especially when you are working with these big organizations, the development partners, they are looking. So they want you to demonstrate that you're actually practicing sustainability. And now this has also taken us back now to, as an association, to talk to our agents to now start practicing sustainability. We've had some trainings on how you can practice sustainability, adapt sustainability practices within your offices, because it begins from your workstation. Do you really need to print out that air ticket? You no longer need, because these are electronic tickets. You only just need to send the tickets to, on email, on WhatsApp, and have your screenshot. Just rush. You can we can attest to this these days now. When you go to with the modernization and the technology involvement, once a ticket is issued, you only need to just present your passport to the airport. You don't need even to flash them the ticket. They just scan it and they get all the details, and you are able to travel. So those things have really changed. So practicing sustainability is very key, and we have even for agents to be more competitive, we have actually engaged them, working with our partners. We have actually, they have been trained on how to practice sustainability within their working environment.
Like I warned you earlier, time is never man's best ally. But at least we've tried to get some juice from Mr. Kalyango Nicholas, the General Manager, TUGATA. And as our pledge is, we shall continue to bring you the big names in Uganda's travel/tourism industry to be able to dissect what has been hard about you not wanting to get into the sector. Olivia Nakalembe is my name, and this is the Aviation Blueprint. Until next time, it's a bye from me.